Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. I am your host, God of Heroics, and today we're actually doing a tier list. This one is who can you beat in a fight? Tier list maker. This one was updated in November of 2020, so that just gives you a little bit of knowledge on who might show up on this list. 127 images. That is a lot, but I think we're going to be going through this pretty fast because if this is like anime and video game characters, I'm pretty sure a decent amount of these are just gonna absolutely wreck me with absolutely no thought behind it. There's free kill, you have advantage, tie, opponent has advantage, and you're fucked. A lot of these are gonna go into these bottom two because yeah. Anyway, also, I'm assuming that I am joining into their world, so the rules that are in place for that particular character's world will apply to me as well. And that's just to make things more interesting because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of crazy characters on this list that will just skew the idea into their favor. So let's not deal with that at all today. And as you can see, I did make my model a little bit bigger, so that's cool. We don't have to worry about me being super tiny on the screen, but we might have to worry about me blocking some of what's on this page, but we'll get to that when we get to that as well. Anyway, let's get started. Go ahead, hit all the YouTuber buttons, like the video, subscribe to the page, and hit the notification bell so that we can jump right into this and you can see more content like this. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. Let's scroll. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is a pretty stacked list. Wow, why is Crash on here twice? So we're gonna go in order. 2B from the Nier series. I'm fucked. Off rip. Even if I'm in her world, I'm just a dude. And she's already pretty crazy. In fact, if I'm in her world and let's say I'm an android like her, let's go ahead and say opponent has advantage because she knows how to use these powers a lot better than I do. I haven't actually played the Nier series, so I do know a lot about her character and the story and some of the plot twists and all that stuff, but I don't know the abilities nearly as well as a seasoned player like my brother would know. So I'm just gonna say she has advantage. Still decent chance she's gonna win, very likely she's gonna win, but she does have advantage. Jimmy Neutron. I'm gonna put that I have advantage. This is a bit of a crazy take, but if I'm fighting Jimmy Neutron, chances are he knows about me ahead of time, but he doesn't know that we're about to fight. This is probably just just a spur of the moment kind of thing where because Jimmy Neutron's not really a combatant. He doesn't really go out of his way to fight people. It's more so if something happens and he's kind of just, has to make something for that situation or build something to go for that situation. So it's more of a thing where Jimmy has to be aware that something is happening in that situation, and then he has to have something to pull him out of it. So let's just assume that I'm in Jimmy Neutron's world and I'm just deciding, or we just decide, we're gonna fight, or something happens where we have to start fighting right then and there, like at the ice cream shop or whatever. He's a kid with some tech on him, maybe like a jetpack or something, but I'm a grown adult. I'm just gonna hit him as hard as I can, and now he's concussed, and I'm just gonna keep wailing on him. Nothing he can do about that. Optimus Prime, I'm fucked. I don't know anything about Chowder, but I'm just gonna put him in free kill because I just don't like him. I don't like Chowder. I don't like the show. I don't like any of the jokes. I feel like it's all just dumb. So I'm just gonna put it in free kill. Geralt. I don't know anything about The Witcher, but I do know that there's magic in this world, so I'm gonna say opponent has advantage because he is a Witcher with magic. I can assume that if I'm in this world, I can also learn magic, but yeah, on a general basis, he knows it way better than me, and he's a far better combatant than I am with tons more experience, so I'm screwed. Scorpion. I'm fucked. Kirby, I'm fucked. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put Kirby at the pinnacle of I'm fucked. Like, he's number one. No one's going above Kirby on the I'm fucked scale. Rayman, I've played a few of his games. He has advantage in a way, but I'm fully aware of like what Rayman's capabilities are as far as what I've seen in his games, and he's not that crazy aside from his limbs kind of just being able to go everywhere. As long as I can kind of keep track of his limbs, I would say I have advantage. Batman, there is no prep time that I can have in Batman's world where I could beat him. The best I can do is utilize his parents against him, because he said himself in his contingency plans for the entire Justice League, he said for himself that the contingency on beating Batman is basically bringing up his trauma. So at best, I can tie with Batman. Um, I'm still gonna put him in opponent has advantage because if I'm coming to the world to fight Batman and he's coming to fight me, he's gonna sneak me. Batman is absolutely going to sneak me. He's gonna stealth against me, and like I said, I'm in their world, so that means I'm in Gotham City, and he knows the streets of Gotham way better than I could ever, no matter how much I've played the Arkham games. But if he doesn't instantly KO me, I can just bring up his trauma and gain advantage. That's pretty much how that is. Eddie from Ed and Eddie, free kill. That's just a child. That's just a kid who schemes, and I'm not gonna fall for any of his schemes. I'm just gonna beat him up. Cartman, free kill, easy. In fact, he's the pinnacle of free kill because was he in third, fourth grade or something like that? Wendy Testerberger beat the hell out of him in one of the most satisfying episodes of South Park. If a freaking third grade little girl can beat him up, I can beat him up. Peter Griffin. This is the most toss-up character so far. I'm gonna put him in tie. And I say this because like Peter fights the giant chicken multiple times, survives crazy nonsense going on in shenanigans in the middle of their fights, breaking buildings, flying through airplanes, explosions, and all that nonsense. And then there are episodes where Peter just gets beat on by like Lois, or when he was fighting his family and he was basically getting beat up by everybody, or when he fought Joe. Peter, Quagmire, and Cleveland fought Joe, and they basically got beat up in a 3v1. I know Joe had legs, and he's a trained cop, but if Peter can survive all these crazy battles with the chicken, why is he getting rocked, basically, by a cop with legs, So I'm going to put tie, because it's, like, I know I have advantage, because there are episodes where, like, him being fat is a really, big disadvantage for him. So technically I have advantage, but I'm gonna put him in tie because I don't know what kind of episode I'm gonna be landing in. It really depends on the context. Phoenix Wright, I'm gonna put him in tie. Here's the thing, I can fight. I can 100% beat the shit out of Phoenix Wright because as far as I know, he has no combative skills whatsoever. But after I beat him up, I win the fight. But he's taking me to court and I'm losing that court session, no matter what. No matter what. Because you can't legally just be like, well, it was a death battle, so I had to fight it. No, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to win the fight. But then he's taking me to court and he's winning that fight. So that's 1-1, technically. All right. Banjo and Kazooie. I'm fucked. Absolutely, I'm fucked. First of all, I'm losing in a battle in a 1v1 against these two. This is a big ass bird. With the big ass bird, I could say I have advantage because if I hit him even one time, that's kind of KO'd with the hollow bones and all that stuff. But considering that he can carry Banjo, yeah, he's just gonna lift me in the air and drop me hard as hell and I'm dead. But this is a bear. I'm not fighting a bear. That's not happening. Ghost Rider, I'm fucked. I'm gonna put him above Scorpion. I'll put him above Optimus Prime, to be honest, right under Kirby. Absolutely fucked. Link, opponent has advantage. For all rights and purposes, when it comes to these games, Link is just a well-trained human in most cases. I know Link is actually technically a demigod through lore, but I mean, as far as how he actually is portrayed using the weapons and all that stuff, he's just a trained human. So he has advantage because he is like a master with multiple different weapons, and he's naturally talented with all of them because he's just reincarnated from a past life where he was a master with these weapons. So opponent has advantage. Mario, I'm gonna put this in tie because if I'm in Mario's world, then I don't think I'm gonna have a stamina issue because nobody in the Mario world has stamina issues. And if you've seen Mario's build, I'm built way better than Mario. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm just some super tall buff dude with abs and a six-pack and blah 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 with the biggest pecs of the Hulk or whatever. That's not the truth. I'm built better than Mario, that's for sure. And if Mario has no stamina issues and he can do all these wacky cartoony things in the Mushroom Kingdom, then I can do those as well. And since I'm far more built and better trained in combat than Mario, I'm beating the hell out of him. But if he's getting power-ups, he likely knows how to use them better than me and has more experience. So in a way, he has home field advantage, but at the same time, I know about his world because I play the games, and I want to assume none of these powers are really that hard to use. Actually, if that's the case, I'm gonna put him up in I have advantage. SpongeBob, I'm gonna put in tie with Peter and Phoenix, because just like Peter, it's contextual. Because there are episodes where, like he can just get beat on it. It doesn't matter. Like the episode with Flats where he was getting punched and his spongy body just absorbed it all. Then there's episodes where he was trying to get into the salty spittoon and he's just portrayed as a little punk bitch where he just gets like laid out by an ice cube, quite literally. So it's really a toss up. But then SpongeBob can also pull the outline of the universe off. So it really just matters the context of the episode. It depends on what episode I'm in. Vader, I'm fucked. There's nothing I can do to stop him. Absolutely nothing. Best case scenario, I'm gonna put this in tie. And hear me out. I'm not going to beat Darth Vader in a fight. That is not happening. Darth Vader will definitely beat my ass, but I feel like I have enough drive and anger and rage where if I am and enough potential where if I'm in the Star Wars universe, if I'm force sensitive, this is best case scenario again. If I am force sensitive, then Darth Vader will very likely just turn my emotions against me and treat me as his apprentice, and I'll just be raised in the dark side. That's a win in my book. Being trained to basically be a Sith Lord using the power of the darkness, the dark side, and then all I have to do is lose the initial fight to Darth Vader, which probably obviously won't kill me. Darth Vader's not going to kill me if he's going to train me to be his apprentice. Kim Possible, opponent has the advantage. She's far more acrobatic than I am. She has far more battle experience, especially with superpowered enemies. But at the end of the day, this is also still a teenager, like a child. So I technically have a chance of pulling a win, and it also depends on the episode again, because there are some times where she's just going crazy fighting Shigo, and she's flipping and pulling Ultra Instinct moves and kicking the hell out of her and avoiding death by laser beams. But then there are other episodes where she can just get caught in a very simple trap. So kind of just depends on the narrative, to be honest. Dune guy, I'm fucked. I'll just put him up here next to Optimus Prime. I don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna say opponent has advantage, but she does look super powered. Thanos, I'm fucked. Nothing I can do about that. Best case scenario, I agree with him on, what to do with the stones, and he just pulls me into the Black Order, but general basis, I'm fucked. Danny Phantom, opponent has advantage. Depends on when I spot him. If I see Danny as just a regular guy, I can just start the fight right then and there and beat the hell out of him before he can even say go and ghost. You know what? I'm gonna put him up here and I have advantage, simply because of what I literally just said. Terminator. Oh, this is a crazy toss-up. If the Terminator is after me, that means something in the future is fucked up and it has to do with me specifically. So that makes me believe that I haven't seen the Terminator movies in a long time. What's her name? Sarah Connor or something like that. She's gonna find me and let me know what's going on and how to stop it and blah blah blah. I instantly have an ally in this universe, is what I'm saying. So technically, I would have advantage because not only do I have help, but I have help with extensive knowledge on how to take this guy out, and I'm gonna be given knowledge of the future so that I can make the proper changes to defeat him. Mega Man, as far as I know, Mega Man is exclusively in a virtual world. I know there are some iterations where he's just a robot, but for the most part, it's just a virtual world, especially the one I'm familiar with. So that means that either I'm in this virtual world or I'm given some kind of virtual character to fight him, like a Proto Man or Roll or something like that. So, in a sense, this could end up being good for me because I am a gamer who's played some of the Battle Network games, so I know how the games work. And I've also played some of the early Mega Man games where you beat the bosses and take their powers, and you can fight the bosses in any order. So, in a sense, I'm gonna put this in tie. I feel like I can pull a tie with Mega Man, because this would feel like one of those video games where like the final boss or something, or one of the bosses that you fight is from a previous game you've played. So I feel like I could pull a tie with that one. Or even if I get put in the virtual world, like the anime, then I could fuse with whatever character I have and use the battle chips that I have to pull off some kind of victory. Timmy Turner, This is a toss-up because, again, this is just a child and he gets beat up on a daily basis because he has a bully. So I could either just beat the hell out of him, like his bully would, which in a sense would just put him in free kill. I'm gonna put him in free kill because of that, but also he has wishes that he could use to just straight up, dog walk me. But in most cases, Timmy ends up making some kind of stupid wish, and his wishes usually backfire on him, and then he has to pull out another wish to kind of undo the nonsense he did. So either way, Timmy's pretty much working against himself in this sense. Steve, I'm not familiar with Minecraft because I was never interested in the game, but I do know Steve as far as what he can do based on lore and then also seeing him in Smash Bros. And I'm gonna put this in opponent has advantage because if I get uploaded into the Minecraft world again, like I said, most of these I'm in their world. Um, I don't know how to break down anything or craft or any of that nonsense. So I'm just working with my bare hands. And if I go to fight Steve and he's coming to fight me, I don't know his durability. I don't know how many hits it takes to, take out all his heart points or whatever. And he's likely just gonna like break a rock or something and then beat me in the head with it, or he's gonna build a sword or a hatchet or something. He might even just have like a pickaxe on hand or something where he can just show up to the fight with the pickaxe. And you can't really dodge or have crazy maneuverability in Minecraft, so I'm just getting my ass beat. I don't remember which character this is, but this is one of those characters from Party Crashers, and I think this is the one with acid powers. In fact, I don't think they have names. He's just green. He has acid powers, and he's a knight, so I'm pretty much fucked. There's nothing I can do. Well, actually, in the Party Crashers games, the characters, even the most normal characters, like the most normal knights with no powers that just flail around their swords and their special abilities like shooting arrows and stuff, they stack up pretty evenly to the other characters, especially with the idea of like where you can fight to the death for the princess. So I'm gonna put this in tie because if even a regular knight with basically like beginner level training and some arrows can defeat some of these characters potentially, I feel like I can do the same thing. Spawn, I'm fucked. I'm gonna put him right up here next to Kirby, but right under Ghost Rider. And if you're wondering about this, Kirby's always gonna be at the top because at any moment he can just eat any of these guys or anything they do and just have their powers. And also Kirby has a separate dimension where every power he's absorbed just stays on him. Pikachu. I'm gonna assume this is a Pikachu and not Ash's Pikachu. And I'm gonna say I have advantage. Because one, this is the Pokemon universe. So if I get uploaded into the Pokemon universe, I have a good amount of knowledge on how Pokemon works and how to play the games and win and blah blah blah. But more importantly, I would not be allowed to leave my starter city without being given a starter and taught how to capture Pokemon, which means that before I even encounter a Pikachu in Gen 1, I'm already going to have several Pokemon under my belt to defeat this Pikachu and capture him. As a matter of fact, this is just playing the Pokemon games, and I've already beaten Gen 1, and I've captured Pikachus and defeated Pikachu. Super easy. Donkey Kong, and this image is specifically in Smash Bros. If I'm in Smash Bros. Or even in the Donkey Kong games, I'm not winning. Donkey Kong has full advantage. I may not get one-shotted, but I'm not beating Donkey Kong. Not at all. Fox, same situation. Not happening. I'm not beating Fox. Jenny, I am fucked. I'm not dealing with that. Even if I'm in her universe, I'm absolutely fucked. I don't know who this is. It's some dark elf, whatever. I'm just going to put that an opponent has advantage. I didn't really know elves have better sight than me. They have longer lifespans, and I see this as a bow. So there's a bow and arrow archer. If you're an elf and you're an archer, you're just gonna kill me. There's nothing I can do. They already have advantage no matter what. I'm beating the shit out of this child. That, to be honest, that's just how it is. If it's a child, I'm just beating the fuck out of them. Mordecai. This is another toss-up. In fact, these next two are both just toss-ups. Mordecai, I'm gonna put in I'm gonna put him in I have advantage because Mordecai's not really a trained fighter. He kind of just throws his like body weight around when like he has stronger upper body strength, so he just be punching the hell out of people. But there are also a lot of episodes where he just gets his ass beat. And then I can also just bring up Margaret, flirt with Margaret a little bit, and then now he's depressed, and then I can just beat the hell out of him. But Mordecai also knows Death Kwon Do, so I don't think he's gonna use Death Kwon Do because in most situations he just kind of walks up as a normal dude. If I'm in the well, I was about to say Rick and Morty. If I was in the regular show universe, I'm just gonna wear the cutoff shorts and a mullet so that I automatically have Death Kwon Do powers and that I can just one shot him. And he's not gonna have the prep time to go put on his mullet and jean shorts, so he's just gonna get his ass beat. So I have advantage. Shaggy, on a regular basis, I can beat the hell out of Shaggy. Like if this is just a general thing, I can beat up Shaggy. However, if this is that one particular episode where you had Ultra Instinct, I'm getting my ass beat. So I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10, I can just beat the hell out of Shaggy. As a matter of fact, because of that, I'm gonna put Mordecai up in free kill as well. Hollow Knight. So the Knight in Hollow Knight, a lot of people just say, oh, they're bugs, so you can just step on them. So it was actually said in Silk Song that Hornet's attack where she throws the needle and then pulls it back with the thread, that it has, I forget the exact distance, but they give it a canonical distance, and somebody went ahead and measured that distance and then, you know, put it in pixel measurements against how tall Hornet is. And I think Hornet was like 3 foot something, or a little like 3 foot something, and then he was like 3 foot something but shorter than her. So if they have the abilities they have and they're also like 3 feet tall, I'm gonna go ahead and just say that I'm fucked. I'm gonna put him under Optimus but above Scorpion. Shantae, bro, I'm, I'm not even fighting Shantae, dog, and it's not even because like I would just lose to her, because I mean I would definitely lose to her. But she is so bad, bro. Like, I'm not fighting Shantae. I'm flirting with Shantae. And no, you know what? No, now that I think about it, I'm in their universe, right? So I'm not even flirting with Shantae. I'm flirting with Sky, bro. Like, hold on. This is Sky, bro. I'm flirting with this girl all day, bro. Like, if I'm not trying to actively fight her and all I'm doing is, you know, going on adventures trying to flirt with Sky, I don't think she's gonna beat me up, you know? I think she'll just let it go. I don't know who this guy is. Um, Genuinely no idea. He looks like a wrestler, maybe? Um, I don't care for wrestling. I'm just gonna put him in I have advantage because wrestling is all scripted, so I feel like he's not actually fighting. He's trying to pull WWE moves. I'm gonna kick this dude in the balls. Homer, I'm gonna put him in the same tier as Peter for the exact same reason. Again, like really fat dude, weight issues, he gets tired very fast. But then there's again the crossover with these two where they're fighting the way Peter fights the chicken, and they're going through all these craziness, all this crazy stuff. So I'm just gonna assume that dang, we have a lot left. I don't know who she is, but Starry. I never watched her show, but I know she has powers. I don't know how her power system works, so she has advantage. Um, this is some character in GTA. Forgive me, I don't really like the GTA game, so I don't really know their characters. I know the more popular ones, like the ones in GTA 5, Trevor, Franklin, and the other guy whose name I constantly forget, but I know what he looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and say I have advantage. And it's because we're both just grown adults. He's, I'm pretty sure, more of a criminal slinging guns and stuff. But if we just meet on like a regular basis, no weapons, I feel like I can just throw hands better than him. Pac-Man, he has advantage. Put him in opponent has advantage because I genuinely don't know his abilities. I don't know who this is, but he looked kind of dangerous. So I'm gonna put him up in free kill under Jenny. Deku. All right, so here's the thing. Even without powers, Deku was an absolute monster. Without powers, Deku was pulling like what was that? A truck with freaking All Might sitting on top of it. All Might and his 600-pound ass sitting on top of a 2,000-pound truck. Yeah, I'm not fighting a kid who can pull that kind of weight. Even without his quirk, this is an absolute monster, and he was trained. He was trained to fight because you have to remember when he was fighting Bakugo in the first season, and he was trying not to use his powers. Bro was he pulled some judo moves on Bakugo. I'm not dealing with that. Without his powers, I feel like he's just genuinely stronger than me, even if I'm more well trained. So if he blocks or catches any of my punches or kicks, I'm screwed. Like, imagine I try to hit him with a roundhouse kick. He cups his, like, grabs his arm, like puts his arm around my leg to hold it, and then just swings me into a brick wall. Like, through a brick wall. I'm sorry, not into a brick wall, through a brick wall. And the biggest problem here is if I'm in My Hero Academia, it is a huge toss up because I don't know what quirk I'm gonna get. As a matter of fact, that's a good reason for me to put it in tie. I don't know what quirk I'm gonna get, so I could have something so OP that I can one-shot Deku, and this is season 2 or 3 Deku, I think. This looks like Sports Festival. But anyway, yeah, I'm not dealing with that because Deku is gonna mollywop the hell out of me. He's either gonna go all out with his quirk and knock me on my ass, or if I get a really good quirk and he's not trained well enough, I can just floor him. So it's, again, really huge toss up. Wario, where did I put Mario? If we're working on Mario logic, I'm gonna put him right next to Mario. Joker, this depends. Because if I meet him in persona, like in the metaverse, I don't know what my persona would be. In fact, we should probably do a quiz on that, and maybe that'll be another video. An idea for another video. What persona do I have? Yeah, if I meet him in the real world, I'm beating the dog shit out of him. In fact, I'm gonna go right ahead and just drop him in free kill. And then if I'm in the metaverse or I can access the metaverse, I'm not fighting him before I find out what my persona is. Finn, I'm gonna put him up here and I have advantage. I have advantage because yeah, he's a kid who fights for survival and has some pretty strong weapons. But if I'm in the Adventure Time universe, I know a lot about Adventure Time. I've watched everything except the Fiona and Cake show, so I know for a fact where like all the OP weapons are. I know how to get like the magic rings, how to do the ice magic that they learned from Ice King's little book or whatever. So I know more stuff like magic and stuff like that that I will be able to use instantly if I go to the land of Ooh. So yeah, I'm gonna put. In fact, fuck it, I'll just drop him a free kill. Naruto, if I drop, no, absolutely not. I'm fucked. Yeah, Naruto, I'm fucked. Not even gonna argue that. Uncle Grandpa, I'm fucked. Universe Bender, Reality Warper, all that stuff. Lucina, I don't know that much about Fire Emblem, so I don't know if Lucina in particular has powers or she's just a woman with a sword. But I know that she ends up, I think, time traveling and she replaces Marth or something like that, or takes his spot, and people think she's Marth. So if she's as well of a trained swordsman or anything close to Marth, she has advantage. I can probably block a couple hits, but she's way faster than me and I'm done for. Spider-Man, I have advantage. He has advantage. But also, if I'm in the Marvel universe, I'm probably gonna get caught in some stupid freak accident on my way to fight Miles, or in the middle of the fight, and I'm gonna get superpowers. So it's a toss-up. Tracer, I'm gonna drop her in free kill. Here's the thing, I'm not fighting Tracer. I'm flirting with Tracer. And here's the thing, I'm not flirting with Tracer because I love Tracer. I really don't give too much of a shit about Tracer. I'm flirting with Tracer because I know she's a really nice girl. She's a really like sweetheart and all that. Yeah, she's gay, but she's gonna take these compliments really well. She's very nice and cheerful. And while she's, you know, got her guard down, I can punch a hole in her freaking thing right here, like punch right through the middle, break the glass, you know, destabilize her little thing, and then she's gonna start sputtering through like space and time and stuff like that, and that's an instant win. That's an OCO. I have a strategy for her. Henry Stickman, all things considered, this is just a guy, so it really depends. No, Henry Stickman, I'm gonna put in opponent has advantage because I don't think this applies to anyone but Henry, but in his games, he gets multiple decisions, and if you choose the wrong one, you can just go back and do something different. So either he has multiple opportunities to figure out how to beat me, or canonically, he's just gonna have the right answer and beat me on the first try. If I have that power where I can do that, then sure, but I think in the Henry Stickmin universe, he's the only one that can do that because he's the one being played. Min, very trained martial artist. If she fights the way she does in arms, I'm absolutely dog walking her. I have advantage because those punches are very slow in the arms universe. And to be honest, I might also end up getting arms powers if I'm in there. So it just depends on what powers I would get, to be honest. I'd say we're about similar as far as our training. She might be a little bit more trained than me, but I'm gonna put her in tie. Actually, I'm gonna put her in tie because I'm gonna fight my hardest. We're gonna tire each other out, and then I'm just gonna ask her for a bowl of ramen, and we're gonna get over our differences and just eat the food and love it. Bayonetta, I'm fucked. Corin, she's a dragon. I'm fucked. Stitch, I'm fucked. Samus, power armor or not, I'm gonna put her in opponent has advantage. Ichigo, okay, so if I'm in the Bleach universe, I'm just a regular guy, and I haven't died yet. Here's the thing. Uh, I know Ichigo has all the powers, but it kind of just depends on where in the Bleach universe this is. Let's say this is just Hollow Mask Ichigo, so this is like a battle or two after he first got the Hollow Mask. He fights me, he kills me. Now I'm a Shinigami, and I can train, get my powers up, unlock Bunkai, and depending on how strong I get and how long I train and what powers I obtain and how long I take to do it, I could come back and just beat Ichigo. So then in that sense, that would be a 1-for-1 because I have to lose a fight to get the powers, and then I can come back and put in a win. I'm gonna put him right under Vader. Opponent has that advantage. He has tons more experience than I do. I'm fucked. Alex Mercer's killing me. I don't know shit about My Little Pony, so I'm just gonna put her in opponent has advantage. Yoshi, instant win. Well, it depends. It really depends. It depends on if I meet him as an egg. If I see Yoshi as an egg or Yoshi's just chilling, then I can just jump on his back and now he's instantly my pet. Because that's really how you meet the Yoshis in the Mario universe anyway. You just jump on their back. Now you own them. You're their owner. They listen to you. I can just run and jump him off a cliff and that's an instant victory. Cloud, opponent has advantage. If I'm in the Final Fantasy universe, chances are I can get some crazy Final Fantasy powers and overload myself with Mako. I know where the church is, so if this is like before or close to Advent Children, I can just go to Era's church, find the Mako chest, or the chest that has all the Mako energy in it, overload myself with Mako. Hopefully I survive that, because I can just lay in those healing waters that they have. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And now I have tons of Mako energy and Mako power, probably rivaling that of Clouds, and that I can just fight him. Superman, I'm fucked. Not winning that fight. Shovel Knight, I don't know anything about him, so I'm just gonna say that he has advantage. Bomberman, it's bombs. What am I doing? Sans, I'm fucked. Fry, oh wait, not Fry. Accelerator. I'm gonna say I have advantage because if we're going by the lore of Index, Magical Index, he got punched in the face one time and decided, yeah, I'm about to be a good guy now. So all I gotta do is hit him once. And if I'm in the Index world, I can assume that I gain some kind of Esper ability. And regardless of what it is, it's enough. I'm sure it's enough to where I can at least get a single punch into this dude's face. Be a determined dude. Tell him, hey, get better. Stop being a little shit. Punch him in the face, and that's it. Fry, free kill. That's just a guy. He-Man, this depends. This heavily depends. I'm gonna say I have advantage because I know where his power comes from. Watching He-Man growing up as a kid, if I can separate him from that power, or just sneak him before he calls in the power of Grayskull, I can probably beat him. Probably, and that's I put him in tie. I meant to put him in I have advantage. So that's probably miraculous. This lady, what's her name? Marionette. I think that's her name. Marionette puppet. I'm gonna also drop this in I have advantage because I know where her power comes from, and I know how long she can use that power, and she's not really a combatant. She doesn't like have like, you know, martial arts skills or anything like that. She has like, you know, some agility and a little bit of acrobatic skill, but aside from that, if I can last 5 minutes or not die for 5 minutes, I can beat her ass. And that's assuming that she transforms before I knock the shit out of her, because she's just a little girl. And I know what she looks like outside of her power, so I'm not gonna cause nonsense. Like, I'm not gonna let Monarch, you know, give me some kind of darkness boost and then be like, oh, let me cause chaos to get Marionette or to get Miraculous Ladybug to show up. No, if I get Monarch's ability or any of his abilities, and I get, like some kind of power up or whatever, I'm just gonna go to her house or her school, depending on the day, and just dog walk her. Like that is just gonna be that easy. Sonic, I'm fucked. Nothing I can do to Sonic. Diddy Kong is a chimp. He has advantage. If you know anything about chimpanzees, you know that I would absolutely be fucked. Mewtwo, I'm fucked. Pit, he's an angel. I'm gonna put him in. He has advantage, but it's situational with Pit because like I feel like he's more pacifistic than I am. So I'm gonna put him in tie because I can just appeal to his nature and just end the fight without having to fight him. Little Mac, he has advantage. He is a fully trained boxer. I'm not a fully trained professional boxer. I just know some boxing techniques to get through. Like I know enough to be an amateur boxer, not enough to fight in the professional leagues and throw hands with literally fucking Donkey Kong. Like, yeah, he fights Donkey Kong in one of the games, in case you didn't know that. And canonically, he fights Mike Tyson, though I don't know if it's possible to even win that fight. Death the Kid, I'm fucked. Actually, no, 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 no. Death the Kid, I have advantage because he loves symmetry. So before I go fight him, I'll just be symmetrical. Like, make sure that, my left and right side look exactly the same as they should in most cases. Go ahead, change my hair, change my clothes, all that stuff, be super symmetrical, and then just beat the fuck out of him. Like, he almost lost to an Egyptian pharaoh because the coffin was so symmetrical and it was perfect. He didn't want to ruin the symmetry. And then he only got up and won because the mummy jumped out of the coffin and the mummy was ugly as shit. So yeah, this is free kill right here. That's not even I have advantage. Um, Zelda opponent has advantage. She has magic powers. Blah 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 blah. Not dealing with that. Aang, I am fucked, bro. Like there's nothing I can do to win a fight with Aang. He doesn't even have to use the Avatar state. He's just an airbender, and he's even if I'm in their universe, this might be another quiz I'll have to take, but no matter what bending style I am, he knows all 4 bending styles. I'm not winning that fight. Poe, I'm gonna put him in. Where did I put the other bear? There he is. I'm fucked. I'm not fighting a bear off rip, but the freaking dragon warrior, absolutely not. I'm fucked. I'm gonna put you right next to Doomslayer. This is a kid and a snake. I'm gonna put him in. I have advantage because there's general knowledge on how to deal with stakes, so that'll be more or less kind of easy. Just if I get a burlap bag and I know, like some tongs, I can grip it by its head, put him in the bag, tie the bag up, and then after that, this is just a child, so I can just beat his ass. Kick Patowski, free kill. As a matter of fact, I'll put this kid in free kill as well because I already have a plan just to beat him in real life. So in his show, it shouldn't be that difficult. Dio, I'm fucked. The rabbits, I feel like I can tie with a rabbit because of their chaotic nature. They probably wouldn't even fight me, to be honest. I think they would just get distracted and go do something else. I don't know who this is, so I'm gonna put him in has advantage because I don't know how to fight someone that I've never seen. I don't know who this is, but he's an anime character with glowing green eyes, with a glowing green eye. I'm gonna put him in tie only because I don't know how this power system works, but not a lot of anime have very complicated power systems. So if I get dropped in this anime, if I manage to get a power just for existing, then I might be able to deal with him. But if this is the main character of that universe, chances are I'll lose. But I'll leave him in tie right now because I don't know who he is. Someone in the comments let me know, and then I'll give you a better answer. Cade, he dies, so the way to kill him I already knew about, destroying the ghost first and then killing him, because then there's no light to really revive him. But aside from that, if I'm dropped in this universe, I'm gonna assume that I'm one of these fighters. I don't remember what they're called, but no matter what powers I get, I know how to use all the powers in Destiny. Yeah, whether I have the dark powers or the light powers, I know what I'm doing. Cade is fucked. Man Ray, to be honest, if this is that episode of SpongeBob where they were teaching him how to be good, this is an easy dub because I just wouldn't free him. So I'm gonna put him in free kill. Ridley, I'm fucked. That's just how that is. Ridley, I'm fucked. Kirito, I'm gonna put this in tie, and either advantage or tie. I'm gonna leave him in tie, and it's because I've seen all of Sword Art Online, even the movies, and I've played video games that work similar to Sword Art Online, like MMOs and all that stuff. He's a solo leveler, which I probably would also be, because in most games I play with like MMOs. I don't have friends that are as consistent as MMOs that I am. So oftentimes I play them by myself anyway. So I would just solo level and I would probably be like around his strength anyway. So no matter what, like we're probably gonna be like evenly matched in our own regard. And I've played all the SAO games too. So if there's any skills or weapon thingies in particular that I could take advantage of, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Inkling, if I'm in their universe, I'm also a squid kid. Well, actually, in my opinion, I would be one of the octo kids. I love them, but I'm gonna say I have advantage. I've played all the games, so I know pretty much like all their weapons and tactics and how to beat all the characters and everything. Daredevil, I'm still watching Born Again because the season 2 is about to come out. Opponent has advantage. If I'm dropped in the Marvel universe, even if I'm just a regular guy, and I know I'm in the Marvel universe, before I go fight Daredevil, I am training. And he's also basically a ninja, so I know he's gonna be spying on me and watching. So that's why I'm putting him in opponent has advantage, because he's just he knows how to beat ninjas. Like he knows how to beat a gang of ninjas. So he's always gonna have advantage, even if I train my ass off. Mickey Mouse, I'll put him in tie actually. No, I have advantage. I'll put this in I have advantage. Mickey has magic, and I know he fights like in Kingdom Hearts and all that stuff, but to be fair, you could easily just appeal to Mickey because he's very kind. He's not someone who's like a regular combatant. So to be honest, I can just appeal to his like kinder nature, and for the most part just get him to decide he doesn't want to fight before me. To be honest, he'll probably just say he doesn't want to fight, and that's the end of that. Terry Bogard, I'm gonna put him in the same league with Daredevil. They have advantage because if I'm in the SNK universe, SNK or no, Fatal Fury. Yeah, well, all these fighting games are pretty much crossovered anyway. Like Street Fighter has crossed over with Tekken and Fatal Fury, and then SNK and all that stuff. So anyway, if I'm in one of these games, I'm just training my ass off, and much like with Ryu, he's always just gonna have advantage because far more seasoned fighter, smarter fighter, peak strength, all that blah blah blah. Hank Hill, this is just a dude, and I don't think he really fights, so I'm gonna put him in free kill. He's more hesitant and pacifist. This is a child, but he also has extreme psychic powers. In the Mother universe, I don't remember if everyone gets psychic powers or if there's a way to unlock them. So he has advantage because he knows how to get these powers and how to use them better than me. Sub-Zero, where's Scorpion? There we go. I'm putting him right next to Scorpion. I'm fucked. Some character from Mass Effect. I don't know anything about this game, but she has advantage because, she knows how to use it better than me. But I do know you got like guns and stuff, but pretty sure she's far more trained than I am. Cuphead, I've seen the show and the game. This is still just a kid, and I'm gonna go off of how he is in the animated show, where he can easily be tricked. He's gullible as hell, so I have advantage. Actually, free kill. Dropping him in free kill. Shrek, I don't even want to fight Shrek though, because like this guy is just good vibes. But it doesn't matter. I'm gonna put him in. I guess opponent has advantage. I mean, I could reasonably pull a tie because he understands discrimination better than anyone, and to be honest, he just wants to chill in his swamp and be uninterrupted and live in peace. I don't even want to interrupt him or anything, so I don't want to go to a swamp, and I'm sure he doesn't want to leave the swamp. So to be fair, the fight's just not happening. Sora, I'm fucked. Oh, actually, wait, no. Opponent has advantage because he has plot armor. But if I'm in Kingdom Hearts, decent chances that I'm gonna be getting a Keyblade. I know the ins and outs of Kingdom Hearts, and I will very likely never do a video on Kingdom Hearts specifically, especially not the Kingdom Hearts lore, because while I've played like every playable game and I've looked up the lore for every game that I couldn't play, like Union Cross, as much as I understand about Kingdom Hearts, it's so complex, I'm just not gonna do a video. That'll be like 2-3 hour video. Guru, I'm gonna put opponent has advantage. To be honest, I'm just gonna say, what the hell? I'm just gonna say put him in I'm fucked. Because he has all those minions on his side, and They're so unpredictable and unkillable. I'm not dealing with it. Snake, I'm fucked. Goku, I'm fucked. I'm gonna put you're fucked for Predator as well. Not even gonna explain that one. Actually, I can put this in tie because they fight if you want to fight, and if I just choose not to fight, well then that's me losing. So because then I'm basically giving up. But if he sees that I don't want to fight or that I don't have the drive to fight, then he doesn't have the drive to fight. So technically neither of us want to fight. So that's a tie. Samurai Jack, I'm gonna put opponent has advantage because, well, you know, he's gone through time and has done all this battling and all that stuff, but he also sees the good in people, so he's not gonna kill me, but he's gonna beat my ass and then be like, all right, go train, or this isn't worth it, or whatever. um Sailor Moon, this is gonna go, I'm gonna put her up here with Danny Phantom because the rules are kind of the same here. I know what she looks like, so I can just go find her before she transforms and beat the hell out of her. Same thing I kind of said with Marionette, who's also in the I have advantage tier. So these three are kind of the same. I know who they are outside of their transformations, and neither of them can utilize their powers outside of their transformations when they're in their base, like normal form, just human form. So I can just show up and beat the fuck out of these people before they do anything. And that's really the logic there. Crash, if we're working on game logic, then like all I really need to do is hit him a few times and then he just is done for. And his real move is just spinning. So I'm gonna put him in I have advantage. I don't know why he's on here twice. Steven Universe, I know nothing about this character, so I'm gonna put him in opponent has advantage. Johnny Bravo, to my knowledge, I don't remember if he can fight. I don't think he can. I have a strong memory of him getting his ass whooped by like a random woman. Like he flirted with a girl and she just beat his ass. So in theory, he could just pick me up and hold me, and then like I lose because he has stronger muscles and he's not letting go. But at the same time, I have advantage because I actually know how to fight. So if I don't get grabbed, I win. Jake Long, I'm putting him right up here with Danny Phantom and Sailor Moon and Marionette for the exact same reasons. The Heavy, I'm fucked. Pretty crazy dude. Pretty sure he's just gonna shoot and not ask questions. Invader Zim, I'm gonna put him. Where did I put Jimmy Neutron? Because I have the exact same logic for him that I have for Jimmy right here, and I have advantage. Same logic. Ruby, I wouldn't even fight her. Depends on what season this is, but I would say tie because she doesn't want to fight and I don't want to fight her. But if I'm in the Ruby universe, that I can probably get a weapon like them, train like them at the Hunter Academy and at a Beacon Academy, and you know, then I can. But at the same time, I really wouldn't even be trying to fight her. I'd be trying to hit on Pyrrha, and if this is after season 3, I think is when Pyrrha dies, then I wouldn't be flirting with nobody. It probably Blake, but Blake is apparently gay now, so that doesn't matter. I'd probably be sitting next to Sun, like in the cuck chair on her island, chilling with her mom, and I can't even smash Blake's mom because her dad is a beefcake. Punisher, Punisher. This is easy for me though. Like this is tie because I don't have to fight Punisher because I'm not a criminal, so he's not gonna want to kill me. Bowser, I'm fucked. I don't. Who is this? I don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna put him in. They have advantage. Ainz, he's. It really depends for Ainz because I'm gonna put him in. He has advantage. I'm gonna put him in. Opponent has advantage because he's in a gaming world, which could give me the same logic as Kirito, where like I can say tie because I would just train and be a solo leveler and all that stuff. But I know he has like servants and this huge kingdom and like the circle around him, they're all strong as shit, and he's apparently the strongest with all these powers and stuff. But I don't know how that game operates, so he has advantage. I don't know who this is, so I'm gonna put them in. Opponent has advantage. Fred Flintstone, I'm gonna put him in free kill because he's a caveman, so they're not even like trained combatants, and I'm pretty sure he has the same problems like Peter, where he's like fat and gets tired and easily and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't think he's a fighter. And Raven, I'm putting in. You're fucked. Okay, So now that I've gone ahead and ranked everybody, I'm just gonna reorganize this tier list to kind of put everybody in order. Okay, this is probably the more accurate version of this tier list. I did put them in order of how easy to hard it would be to defeat these characters. Actually, I'm gonna switch these because I laid out a pretty easy plan for him. Most of the free kill is just easy as hell, not really much thinking to do. Obviously, you take the I have advantage is based on how easy it would be, like how little effort I would have to put into the hardest thing. But the tie was kind of a toss up because this guy I didn't know, but I put him at the end. All the characters that I didn't know, mostly this guy, and then the characters that I put in, they have advantage. I just put them at the very end because they would obviously be harder to defeat. In theory, just because I don't know them or anything about them. Same with like these. I put them at the end of these characters. Actually, I think I did this one backwards. I think I did this one on hardest to easiest. I don't know why I did that, but let's pretend that this one is backwards. Well, that it's flipped, and then the same for this one. I am the most fucked fighting Superman, I'm convinced. I know Uncle Grandpa has like reality warping, but Sonic has survived reality warping. I'm pretty sure Sakurai's not gonna let his baby Kirby get reality wiped, and then Superman also has survived reality warping. He survived crazier stuff as well because he's just Superman. So for whatever reason, I did these easiest to hardest, and then I just kind of after tie just went F it and just did whatever. I don't know why I did that. Oh yeah, I did make one change. This one, I said I didn't know who this guy was and I thought he was a wrestler. Upon closer inspection and seeing the gun right here in his hand, this is Rambo. So I moved him from easy or advantage. I don't remember where I put him. One of these two. I moved him down to the you're fucked tier because I'm not defeating Rambo. I absolutely cannot fight Rambo. Not even gonna pretend. That man be blowing up people and turn them into red mist. Not even gonna take my chances with that. But yeah, this is my tier list, and yeah, go ahead and let me know if there are any changes that you would make. Is there anything that I, did wrong? Probably. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff that I did wrong, but go ahead and let me know. Go ahead, hit all the YouTuber buttons, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.